Good morning, students. Today we are going to take the topic on the heat. So normally, define heat. Anybody can ask the questions. The heat is nothing but as a form of an energy. Heat is a form of an energy. It can transfer from higher temperature to the lower temperature. The heat is always transferred from higher temperature to the lower temperature. The heat can be transferred from higher to lower temperature by means of radiating or conducting or different modes. It can able to transfer the heat will takes place. So first, we know that heat is a form of energy. Already told that. So normally, when the molecules is set to vibrate by giving some energy, it will transfer the heat by means of vibrations. If the vibration is very high, the heat transformation is also is high. If vibration is very low, the transformation of energy, that means the heat energy is very low. So now we are going to, in our syllabus, we are having a transfer of heat. The transfer of heat can be made by three mechanisms. One is conduction, convection and radiation. First, let us see about the conduction. Conduction, it is the method in which the transfer of heat takes place between atoms and molecules in direct contact. That is called as conduction. இது தமிழில் சொல்லணும்னா இது தொடுவதன் மூலயமா அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லலாம் தமிழ். It is called as conduction. In conduction, here the simple diagram here I am going to explain here. So take a iron rod and heat at the one place, and we feel the heat on the other side. What will happen here? The heat is transferred by thermal conduction. So here, if you are increasing the temperature by means of one end of the rod is heated, at this time the heat is transferred from one place to the other place. Likewise, the heat is transferred here. So by this way, we feel that heat will conduct in our hand. Okay, so in conduction there is no molecular disturbance. By means of melting or boiling, there is no takes place here. There is no molecular motion also does not takes place here, but heat can transfer from electrons to the other electrons. Suppose we consider this is iron rod is made up of iron. So iron containing Fe. Iron is shortly called as, symbol is Fe. So the iron is made up of iron molecules or iron atoms. Okay, so if you are giving some heat energy, it will transfer. It is called as conduction. Okay, next we are going to see about the another way of conducting the heat. The second one is convection. So here in this method, here the heat is transfer of heat by the movement of heat substance. So we are mentioned there is a movement will takes place. In conduction there is no movement, but in convection there is a movement of atoms will takes place. Let us boil in the water with the help of burner as well as containing vessel. The water containing vessel is going to boil here. So what will happen normally, if the boiling temperature of the water is 100 degrees Celsius. Already we know that water having 100 degree centigrade, it will boils. Okay, so if you are heating the water, what will happen? The vibrate will of molecules will takes place. So already I told that the heat energy will be transferred by means of vibrations of the molecular systems. Okay, so here the conversion, when the boiling the water, what will happen? The molecules present at the lower end, it's set to vibrate and make them to the outer surface of the environment. So at this time, if you are place the hand or your any of the part of the body, we feel that heat will occurs in our human system. So it will shows that the water molecule present in above the surface of the layer can observed by the object, because boiling point of water is 100 degree. Human body temperature is normally is present around 36 degree centigrade. So that already I mentioned that heat is always transferred from larger temperature to the lower temperature, high temperature to the low temperature, we feel that convection will take place. So in convection, the movement of heated substance or the molecules will happen in the convection. Next we are going to see about the radiation. Radiation is nothing but as the method the transfer of heat takes place by electromagnetic waves. Already we know that electromagnetic waves is nothing but as a light waves. Okay, we can able to see that. For example, during the morning we feel that our body is continuously heating if we are stand in front of the sun. How it is possible? By means of radiation. The radiation is there another method. Now I am going to see with an help of the diagram. So here we see that the wood is burning. Okay, the heat is transferred by radiation, is invisible to the eye and not affected by the airflow. Here if the wood is burning, if you are get nearer to the wood, burning wood, so we feel that heat is present in our hand, heat will be affected. So how it is possible? By means of radiation. Radiation is also one of the method the heat will transfer will takes place. Another temperature, if you are feel the heat or if you are keeping the conduction, we feel that heat is also transfer. What we are discussed in the first conduction, if we are heating any conducting material, we feel that heat will transfer. And then conduction, if your heat energy can be transferred, it will also conduction. It is also explained in the radiation also. In radiation, the heat will radiate by the hot sources. This is the types of heat transfers. First one is conduction, convection, and then radiation. Next we can going to see the difference between the heat and the temperature. It is the main reason so many questions has been asked in most of the competitive exam. What is the difference between heat and the temperature? The heat is nothing but as total energy. Already I told that heat is a form of an energy, but temperature is nothing but as measure of the thermal energy. That is the basic difference. Heat is nothing but as a quantity and temperature is the measurable quantity. That's all. Okay. The SI unit of the heat is joule. The SI unit for the temperature is Kelvin. Okay, so now get the basic knowledge about the heat. Okay, thank you students.